Hey guys, it's Team Assailant here, and I haven't made a video in a very long time, so I decided to make a new video / segment. I'm basically making a new segment called Becoming a Better YuGiOh Player. I'm doing this for my friends basically, because most of them aren't very good at playing. Yep. So today's lesson is very basic. It's called Waiting for Your Opponent to Respond. And I think this should be employed by all players. So basically, waiting for your opponent to respond is basically when you do any action, always wait for a response from your opponent before you resolve it. So let's say I summon JD, or I play spell a trap card, or play a trap card. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Always wait for your opponent's response before you resolve it. So let's say, for example, I summon JD. Before I do anything, I have to wait for my opponent to respond. Let's say they want to play Royal Oppression, or if they wanted to play Solemn Judgment, I have to wait for their response. Then I'll be able to play his Ignition effect, and they could respond with Bottomless or War Chariot. And that's important that you let them have the chance to respond, because I've seen lots of people, they summon a monster, and then they go straight say, I go attack. They say, I attack, straight when they summon the monster. They don't let the opponent have a chance to play Bottomless or anything, or Solemn, and sometimes the opponent just plays Solemn or Bottomless and says, hey, you didn't let me have a chance to activate it. And I've seen some players say, nah, it's too late. Never ever do this. Also, when you're using effects like Judgment Dragon and stuff, always let your opponent send his cards to the graves. Never ever do it yourself. I mean, you can send your own ones, but don't do your opponent's. But it's not a good idea unless you have waited for your opponent to respond. But if you don't touch your opponent's card, it usually won't happen, and they'll respond it properly. But after you play anything, just ask for a response. It's good practice to get into. So let's say I summon a monster, you should say, oh, do you have any response? If they say no, then continue. So yeah, sometimes I've seen someone summon a monster, JD, and the opponent just plays a War Chariot. I mean, War Chariot, yeah. And I mean, JD blows and sends all the opponent's cards to the grave, and then the opponent plays War Chariot and says, you didn't let me have a chance to activate it. And yeah, you should let your opponent have a chance to activate it. That's very important. So yeah. And sometimes it's bad because you just get to see a whole opponent's back row and stuff. So yeah, it's important you always wait for a response. And never touch your opponent's card, because I've had bad experiences with touching someone's cards. I've got a game loss before. I think 2 game losses. Oh no, just one. Yeah, and just never touch your opponent's card, and always wait for a response. So yeah, this first lesson, learn it well. You may think it's not much, but next week I'll be releasing something better. So yeah, so this is going to be every week as well. So right, thanks for watching.